So, back to pointing. Assassin's Creed 2, episode 46, I think. This is pointing 10. Best sequence ever, because we're doing the Carnival, which is the best. And you can see I'm dressed as Altair as well, because I've sort of changed it up so we look a bit different, so you get to see what it looks like. It's actually very surprisingly looks a lot like the first game, to be honest. Like, sometimes I did forget I was actually playing Assassin's Creed 2, not 1. Okay, so let's get that sorted then. So this is pointing. This is where I'm going to be travelling around the district of the one we just unlocked in Assassin's Creed 2. If you don't want to watch me going around collecting viewpoints, treasures, feathers, and I think that's about it. If you don't want to watch that, you can just skip ahead to the next episode, and I shall see you then. But if you are a pointer, and you want to listen to me read off the database entries, as well as a little bit of post-commentary, then we'll do that now. But if not, I shall see you next time in the next episode, or I shall see you in a few seconds because I'm about to do the database entries. Okay, so here we go. Carnival performers. The world-famous Carnival of Venice began in 1296 as a public holiday on the day before Lent. It soon became a time for masqueraders' parties, theatrical performances, parades, street dances, egg-throwing, flirtation and general hijinks, like, killing animals in public to amuse the crowd, or rolling pigs in carts down the hill and into the river. All in all, Carnival was the most important predecessor along the road to reality TV. Dorsoduro district, a favourite area of the artist Doroduro, was Venice's festival centre. It contains the Square di San Torosso, where gondolas are constructed, and the church of Santa Maria della Vistavioni. From Rebecca, I bet that view from the tower is awesome. Located on the waterfront, Santa Maria della Vistavioni is the second church in Venice with that same name, making it easy to end up at the wrong wedding. The church was founded in the 1400s and dedicated to Saint Jerome, the patron saint of libraries and encyclopedia writers, but then was rededicated to the Virgin's visit with Elizabeth, the mother of John the Baptist. Perhaps because visits are usually accompanied by food and are quite simply more fun. Santa Maria del Carmine, from Rebecca. If you skipped this entry, you'd be on top of the church by now. Built in the 1300s, Santa Maria del Carmine, Carmine for short, was founded by a group of women who made their livelihood stitching monastic aprons for the monks in a nearby Carmelite monastery. Carmelites believed so much that these aprons, or scapulars as the Carmelite construction stated, it was a serious fault to sleep without one, and saying Mass sans sculptor resulted in automatic excommunication. Why? Because in 1251 the Virgin Mary made herself known to Simon Stock of Cambridge, and she told him that those who wore a brown sculptor would be granted salvation. So 200 years later, a group of women still huddled inside Santa Maria del Carmine, working all their lives to manufacture salvation, distilled in the form of brown aprons. La Rosa della Virtù. Located in the crossroads where sex and religion collide, La Rosa della Virtù, the Rose of Virtue, was run entirely by former nuns. The Pope repeatedly attempted to force the Vatican Council to shut down the brothel, but it remained open until a fire in 1516 consumed it. Although the Church tried to claim divine intervention, jurists found the fire to have been set by a disgruntled bishop who wanted to lie with one of the girls for free. Act of God indeed. Square di San Trovaso. The small square is used as a boatyard to build and repair gondolas, the chief means of transportation within Venice. Gondolas are fashioned out of 8 different kinds of wood: mahogany, cherry, fir, walnut, oak, elm, larch and lime, and are made of 280 pieces. The left side of the boat is longer than the right side, allowing the gondola to pilot the gondola from the left without it changing direction, and ensuring that intoxicated gondoliers don't accidentally hit their passengers in the face with an oar while switching sides. Now it's time to look at some codex pages. We've got page 14 here. Man seeks dominion over all that he encounters. I suppose it is a natural tendency for us to aspire towards mastery of our surroundings, but this should not include other human beings. Every day more and more are pressed into service, by deception or by force. Others, though not so firmly imprisoned, are made to feel as if their lives are worthless. I have seen the ways in which men persecute women, heard the cruel words hurled at those who come here from other lands, watched as those who believed or act differently are made to suffer. We discuss such things often, watching as we do from the spires of Masyaf. What can be done to stop this? To encourage tolerance and equality. Some days we speak of education, believing that knowledge will free us from immorality. But as I walk the streets and see slaves sent off to auction, my heart grows cold. When I see the husband hurl abuses and stones at his wife, insisting she exists only to serve him, my fists clench. And when I see children torn from their parents so that another man might profit, sent off to suffer beneath the desert sun and to die. On these days, I do not think that dialogue will make a difference. On these days, I think of how the perpetrators must die. Very interesting. It's how Altair seems to be questioning if people can actually understand free will and if they actually need to die. Of course, some days are good better than others, as is the same with everybody. Page 26. I have the answer now. I know the truth. I shall not touch that wretched thing again. Best that no one does. Now or ever. I have tried at last to destroy it, but it will neither bend nor break nor melt. Oh, the irony. I am certain if I asked, the apple would tell me what needs to be done. But even this promise is insufficient. Always it holds one more gift to give. I must refrain so it shall be sealed. We will take it to the island, once theirs, now ours. There is a treasury there, hidden well, and it shall have to suffice. Risky to separate myself from the artifact that others may discover it, riskier still to keep it close. In time I will be tempted. I am weak, we all are. Who wouldn't be? Oh, the things I have seen, the tale is here inside the text, not between the lines but beneath them, where only our eyes might peer. Go and see for it for yourself, that you might succeed where I and the others have failed. Time marches on bringing with it new discoveries and developments, and so at least one day, the doorway might be opened and the message delivered. They will have their profit. So he's saying about the island there from Assassin's Creed Bloodlines. We know that that island is Cyprus. There's obviously a treasury there. And we also know that he is giving up with it. He doesn't want to have anything to do with it anymore. And he's saying something about the prophet, which obviously in Assassin's Creed 2 we know that these codex are talking about some sort of prophet, but we don't know what it is yet. And we have page 28. Success! We have found a way to alter the structure of the hidden blade, so that it can be used to launch small projectiles. It is capable of grievous damage, even from great distance. I confess, the means by which I came about this discovery was risky to say the least. But I have found that in small doses, and with a focused mind, the apple can be used without ill effect, or so I hope. The knowledge of projectile combat is not new to us, having been observed amongst our eastern neighbours, but their weapons were much larger and insufficient for our needs. I have now found a way to miniaturize their designs, embedding their fiery weapons into a form that can be worn on the wrist. We have also refined the formula for combustible fat powder, which that common ingredient might be used. This is a dangerous bit of knowledge, and it is best shared with only our closest allies. And it's a picture. It's quite hard to see, but it's the designs for the hidden blade. So yeah, the hidden blade was designed by Altair, although I think he got it from the apple, and it seems to be, since this is page 28 and page 26 said he's given up, it seems to me that he's actually still using the apple, so he's changed his mind yet again. Okay, and I think that's it for database entries. It is, so I'll now talk about what I'm doing. And my voice is dead because I am ill, I forgot to mention. So that was rather painful, but it's okay because these things happen. People get ill. And, excuse me. I'm just going to play with some discs. I'm going to put in a game that I can farm some life force. Because I'm playing, obviously, Assassin's Creed 2 and Overlord 2 at the same time at the moment, so while I'm doing pointing, I will be doing a bit of harvesting some life force. So that I'll do two things at once. It's better to do two things at once than one thing at once, if you can. Right. That's a lovely mask. Look at his mask. Yes, that's quite good today. What are we doing? So it seems to be we're climbing up this ladder, as we usually do. Very, very astute Sherlock sort of thing. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Yeah, but this place here, this is where the actual final actual takedown. That was a glitch there. I don't know if that's part of the actual video, or if that was just what I'm watching. I'm hoping it's just because of what I'm watching. But yeah, I have got a microphone in a new place today, so if the audio doesn't sound as good, it's because it's in a different place. So obviously it's a test to see how well it will work. So if it's a bit quiet, you know why. I'm going to try and catch him. Do I get him? I don't know if I get him or not. He's very agile, I must admit. I get him. Yeah. Knew I would. Ain't nobody going to steal my money and get away with it. Unless I can't be bothered, then you will get away with it. Because I can't be bothered to try and catch you. Because I don't know why. Probably busy. Probably doing my own thing. One or the two. Take your pick. It's going to be one of them two. So what is happening this coming week with stuff? What am I doing? Which one is this? This is just what I've just recorded, isn't it? Because I've got 2 pointing episodes that I'm going to be doing straight away. So this one is what the footage I have. I haven't got the next one for the next one. Okay, so that's good. So what coming up? Well, obviously we're in the best sequence ever. That is a fact because I would say that multiple times. And also obviously it's the Carnival one. No one knows who we are because we've got the mask on, which we don't have right now. Although it still does work. So that's good. We also get to fight this guard, which is great. They'll get away. Yes, that's good. We have the... Who is it we're killing? We've just killed Carlo Grimaldi, I think. And obviously now that we know there's going to be a new Dodge, and since they killed him, it's going to be the Templar Dodge, who is Dodge... who is it? It's something Marco Barbario. So I think he's the next target. He is, but I'm trying to make it sound like I'm not sure. So yeah, we're going to try and take care of him. Obviously it's Carnival, so you can probably expect some sort of party if you use your brain and sort of think about this sort of thing. What else are we going to be doing? We meet, I think if you found from that database entry, we're going to be going to a brothel, so you can probably guess that we're going to find some sort of other courtesan leader, if it works like that. Because if you can probably guess that we're going to meet a new courtesan leader. Probably my favourite of the nearly gave away a spoiler. Probably my favourite of the people that we're sort of meeting, the people, friends of the assassin, should we say? She's probably my favourite one because of the whole religion thing, where it's like she's still religious, yet she's still not quite right, which is quite weird at the same time, but it works. So, if it works, it works. Right. Okay. So what else is going to happen? I'm trying to think what else does happen. We don't have... Oh no, I'll tell you what happens. We actually have a lot of things happening in the form of next sequence, because we've got this sequence that we're in now, sequence 10 I think, and then sequence 11 we start as well, because obviously we get everything done, so it's good that we get that chance to do the side missions, because there's not many side missions because we did a few last week. There's a few, but I think it's only one episode's worth. So Monday we'll be doing side missions, and then from then on, there's not much at all. Because we do the story missions for this sequence, which is the carnival, and then we do some of the next ones. Which I'm trying to think what happens. What happened? What's the next one? The next one is a different district. We didn't do many story missions. We only did like 1 or 2, because I didn't want to do too much. But I did. No, I think I did every sort of side mission. I think I did, yeah. So next week, after this week coming up, we're going to go straight into story mission. Sorry, I say fighting because I'm fighting on the game already. So that's quite good, and we get straight into the action, which some of you might like. What else is going on? I think that's about it. So basically talking about the sequence we're in. Is that it? Anything else secret happens? We buy the Sword of Altair, which I mentioned. I don't know if I've got it on now. I might have it on now, actually. Oh no, I don't. Why don't I have it on now? Because this is before. That's it. That's right. Is that right? Is that right, my dear? Yeah. So we get the Sword of Altair. So obviously we're Altair right now. So it's quite weird that we get the Sword of Altair as well. It'd be good if we had it now, but we don't. What else happens? Is there anything else that happens? I feel like there's something else that happened. We don't finish. Or do we finish this? I'm not sure if we finish the assassination contracts, because apparently I've still got some left. So they might appear later on. So we'll have to see how that works. Right. I think that's it for next week about everything that's going to happen. There's not much that happens, obviously. I'm just trying to think now what else to talk about. Yeah, we've not actually got that far long left in Assassin's Creed 2. Like, we've got we've got the DLC as well, because there's a DLC for the game. I'm not sure I talked about it before, where it adds like 2 sequences. Because if you play the game without the DLC, there's a bit where Rebecca will go, what's this? Oh, it's corrupted. Something's corrupted or something, so you can't actually read it, the memory sequence, so you have to skip ahead until the end. But I'm going to do them sort of win the story, because we can do that. So I'll get around to doing that. So that's an extra sort of probably 2 weeks added. Plus we've got the sequence I'm in now. Plus I think there's one more sequence as well, because there's that north side of Venice. So how many weeks is that left? So not including this week coming up, we've got 1, just to guess, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I think maybe 5 more weeks, so a month and a week left of Assassin's Creed 2, and then it's done. And then what will happen after that? I'll start a new game, and then when Overlord 2 finishes, will I be doing another one? No, Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, it takes over the place pretty much straight on. Especially in Ezio's story. It takes on pretty much exactly where the last one left, Assassin's Creed 2 left off, so it's good. And the ending of this is quite amazing. It's one of those, like, what the hell sort of things. But like I said, we'll find it out at the end. We're still doing this parts at the moment, so there's no point in talking about the end just yet. And we've only got, in fact, after next week, because we get 10 feathers next week, because it's a big district. But after next week, we've only got 9 feathers left. So probably only really 1 more pointing episode left. Oh, so so we've got this pointing episode, 1 more pointing episode, and then this will be it. That's sad. Although we will be doing pointing again, like Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, I think there's loads of pointing to do, so... Well, I'll say loads of pointing, but I think it's pretty much there's loads of database entries because they get updated as well. So that'll be fun. Yeah, so pointing will always be a sort of feature on my channel now. I even do it in Overlord now, Overlord 2. For those of you watching that. I do a bit of pointing in that as well. So pointing sort of, you know, it starts in one game, but it carries on going for the rest of them. It's not just a one game only thing. Which is pretty cool. Right. Yeah. Yeah, so like I said, I'm also doing a bit of farming on Overlord 2 at the moment as well, so that's the other game I'm playing. I'm pretty much just collecting life force. And, yeah, just building up some stuff so I can actually make some things without worrying about life force and stuff. Because I do need a lot. So, yeah, I thought I'll kill 2 birds with 1 stone. I'll do some pointing while I'm doing that. How long is this episode, anyway? Wow, I've only been going for 17 minutes. Is that really it? Pointing always feels like we go forever because it's different because I'm sort of watching it, so it's not the same. Watching things always seems to take longer than actually doing it. Like, doing it takes longer, which is good. But watching it, no. It goes quicker. Sort of. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I don't know. I'm confused. I'm ill. I don't know what I'm saying. Probably nothing interesting at all. But that is kind of the idea of pointing. It's good stuff and bad stuff. I do mention actually coming up in this week, or in Overlord 2, about Ghost Recon. I could talk about that because I want to talk more about it when I want to do it in Let's Play. I do like the look of that. I've never played any of them. So if anyone's played them, let me know. If any pointers have played it. But what are they like? Are they good or are they bad? Like, what have I done? I've never played them. I like the look of them where it's like... There was a bit in the mission where I saw where they say like, where they like 3, 2, 1, fire or something like that. I like the look of that idea. And I like the sort of sci-fi element of it. But I'm not sure, because I'm not a big first-person shooter fan. First-person is a bit of a stretch, but first-person shooter is a bigger stretch. So I'm not sure if I like it or not, but it always looked good. I've always thought it looked really good, but I've never sort of known if it's actually good or not. So if anyone's actually played it, let me know what you think, because I would like to know your thoughts. It's always good. Right, so what am I doing now? Oh, I'm sorry, sir. I'm sorry for knocking over that. There's some money for your troubles. Right. What am I doing now? Getting codex pages? How much have I got left? This can't be right. This video must be longer than it should be. Wait till I look at a map and I'll have a look see how much longer I've got left. I think it's about 30 minutes long, the episode. I think they're both pointing episodes this week and next week are. Oh well, I've got actually quite a lot to do. Wow, that's a lot actually. It's actually quite a lot of stuff to do. It's quite disappointing, really. Obviously, I like it when the pointings are quite short because they're not the best things ever. That's why I give you the option to skip them if you want, because I'm not going to be doing anything. So I let you choose if you want to watch it or not. Because I'm nice like that. At least I try to be. Whether I actually am or not is another matter. In fact, no, pointers. This is a good idea. I was playing Overlord 2. I'm doing this, I'm saying all this Overlord stuff because I've literally just finished playing Overlord 2 for this week. Or next week. You know, the two that are coming up. And I was actually had an idea, like, I want to try, I was doing like talking about the contracts again, because there's a new character that I add to the Overlord army. So obviously I was talking about contracts. I was thinking about actually making like a contract and like putting the file online as well, so that people could sort of print it off and they could sign it as well, so they could be part of like the Overlord army or something like that. I was thinking about doing something like that. Like, I don't know why, but I would like to do it as well. So I think I might do it just to actually see what it's like, and then that way you guys can print it off and you can actually sign it as well. So it'd be quite cool. It'd be like send pictures and stuff, so it gives you something to do. Although even though it's just probably signing, but it's just stuff that I think of. I like this sort of thing. I like all this business, the business side of it. I'm a very big business planner. I need my bigger member tea. My voice is killing. And I nearly said I need to get that light crystal, but you can't see this light crystal, so sorry. That's what happens when you play. When you talk of doing a video, but you're playing a different game at the same time. It's weird. It's very strange, but get used to it. Oh, my voice. I'm so ill. It's only a cold. But still, it hurts me so. Right, what we're doing now, I'm going across the rooftops. I choose down. Oh, I'm going back up again. I guess I changed my mind. Did I just change my mind? I think I did. Oh, what can we talk about Assassin's Creed? Like, what can we talk about? Ooh, I can talk about this now because it's okay to talk about it. I did a try something video yesterday where I did a video background. Like I always mentioned, I would like to do some sort of vlog things in the future. So I sort of did a video background, which is like shelves with stuff on it, where I have like different rules and connections for what's on the shelf and what will be on the shelf. And one of them is Let's Play loot. So when I finish a game, I'll buy something to do with that game, like a little figure, and add it to the shelf. So it's like you get to see it grow as the channel grows and stuff like that with videos. Obviously, when Assassin's Creed 2 finishes, I'm probably going to get another pop figure of Assassin's Creed 2. There's two, I think. There's a black-caped, like, obviously, a normal white hooded Altair, and there's also the black hooded one as well, which is like the Master Assassin. I would like to get both because they both look cool. But I suppose if you're watching this pointers and you want something to comment about, which one would you like to see as the Let's Play loot? So the one that you'll see probably more of on the actual shelf, with the black hooded one or the white hooded one. So let me know about that. We'll sort that out. Ugh, I hope this microphone's alright. It's literally like right above my head, so it's quite. I think it's further away than usual, but it might not be. But I'm talking quietly as well because my voice is hurting, so I can't talk very loudly. Unfortunately, I can't be my normal screaming self. Although I don't think I usually scream. Do I? Do I usually scream? I used to, which is probably another reason why I did the redesign. Because screaming is not always good. Sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't. I need to sort of find a balance between screaming and quietness. Screaming sensible, I think, is the right way. So, like, say for example, go for like Toby Games. He is screaming nonsense. Like, I watch his videos and I have no idea what he's talking about sometimes if I'm not paying attention. So what I want to try and do is something more. I think screaming sensible is what I need to do. Where it's like, this is more sensible than screaming sensible, but I need to be more like fun sort of thing is what I want to try and go for. So obviously you need to try and find the right balance. It's all about making the videos better, which I try to do. Obviously I'm ill right now, so I'm not even going to try. You get boring and dull commentary because I'm ill. Hopefully you can forgive me. If not, then I apologise, but there's nothing I can do about it, I'm afraid. Right, how are we going? Oh, still so much to do. I'm running out of topics to talk about. Oh, terrible. I don't know what else to mention. What could I talk about? Running across the rooftops, it's cool. What if, for example, say I could go back into any... No, that doesn't really make sense because I haven't played the later one, so I don't really know. What times frames would I like to see in Assassin's Creed 2? I think I talked about this ages ago, but I've got loads of ideas. But I'd like to see some sort of like medieval Britain, which is, I don't know how they could do that, but because it's the same sort of time as Assassin's Creed 2. I've talked about this before. We'll talk about it again. Where they go back to that sort of time, but because it'll be different because obviously, you know, what's it called? The Holy Land is definitely not Britain in that sort of time. So it'll be interesting to go back to there. Roman times. No, that's something I want to see as well. Roman times. Like, I know it's probably something that it seems too obvious to go for, but that'll be something good I'd like to see. What else would that be? I would love a futuristic, well, not futuristic, but a modern day Assassin's Creed. Although some people say that Watch Dogs is that. But I'd just love to see, like before. I nearly spoilt something there. I won't say that. Yeah, but I would just love to see a modern day sort of thing. But I don't know how they do that because I haven't played the later Assassin's Creed games yet. Which, if you know the story, you know why I say it like that. But sadly, I don't know what will happen. What else would there be? Egyptian will be quite cool because it's all the gods and stuff. That'll be interesting to sort of see. Like, obviously, the pharaohs were quite dictatorship as well, so that'll be quite a good thing to see. And obviously, we know the assassins were around that time because what was it called? Almunet, I think, is the thing that killed Cleopatra with her snake. So you could be the assassin Almunet. That'd be quite cool. Yeah. What else would I like to see? Maybe something quite obscure, like, say, Aboriginal, like before, during, like, say, set before and during the arrival of the Europeans and stuff. That would be quite interesting to see. Like, that is a time zone, obviously, we don't know much about in, like, the human species in general. Like, we don't know what happens there. But that'd be quite cool. Like, is it Thomas Cook that decided? Like, Thomas Cook could come over to the island, and it could sort of set that up. And you could be like an Aboriginal. Or no, something you could do as well that'd be interesting is you could have two characters. You could have like an Aboriginal person as you were there before, and you'd obviously switch between the two. Like say, I don't know about the modern day story, but there could be like in the modern day story there could be, say, there's two people that you would play as, and you sort of switch between the two, and you can. Oh, you could play. Oh yeah, we could play the one person, and he goes between the two different memories for some reason. Like perhaps he's trying to, I don't know what the reasoning behind it could be, but he could do both of that, and you could play as like a female Aborigine and a male convict, even a male explorer or a male criminal. Convict, I think, because obviously that's what they used Australia for at that time. So you can sort of do a mixture of that. Although I suppose that is quite close to Assassin's Creed 3 with like the guns and stuff. But even the Aboriginal side, that'd be quite cool. Like didgeridoo, how would that work out? Like you could do some things like that. Like I suppose that is quite similar to Assassin's Creed 3 then as well, isn't it? In fact, that is Assassin's Creed 3 with the Aboriginal side. Oh look, with that we've changed. I'm at the villa now. What am I doing? I'm going into the villa. I'm going to collect some money, perhaps. I do think I need to go back to Venice because I didn't go and see Leonardo. Right, Codex War. Put them on the wall. Or maybe that's next week. I can't remember when I do it. I'm about to find out. 27 out of 30. Yes, I'm looking now. See, I'm looking in the inventory and I'm seeing that I need to go and find some more. So I'm going back to Leonardo, so we shall be quiet for the cutscene.
Leonardo!
Ezio, so good to see you. How can I help you?
Haha! You found another one! How exciting! If you transpose this word and move this line to the left, it's deciphered.
When Altair met Leonardo da Vinci. Wow. If this wasn't called the best sequence ever, it would have been called When Altair Met Leonardo da Vinci. Well, that's quite a long name, actually, so I'm glad I didn't go for that. Right. Okay, so I'm guessing I shall see you soon. Obviously, we're nearly done. I'm going to put the last of the pages on the wall, and I might go sit down as well. I know in one of these I do, in one of them I don't. So we're about to find out, I guess. I think it's this one. Only 2 more pages to find, and I've already got one for next week. So I'm guessing the next one is in north of Venice, in the North District. Here we go, I'm going to go sit down now then. Right, yeah, so we've got a fun week coming up with the best sequence ever. We get the story done quite quickly, and then we go and obviously go and do parts of the next story, and all the side missions for next week as well. So the week after this week coming up, straight into story because we were quite fast and did it efficiently. But I shall now say I will see you later. Thank you for joining me, pointers. Again, we're back next week and all that sort of stuff. So as I sit down with my fellow sitters, it's nice to see you again, sitters. I shall say goodbye. Goodbye.